Look, let's be real for a second. Have you ever looked at your bank account on a Tuesday morning and felt that weird sinking pit in your stomach? You've got a good job. You're checking the boxes. You aren't out here buying gold-plated steaks or flying private. You're buying groceries, paying the mortgage, and maybe, just maybe, putting a little bit into your 401k. But the math isn't adding up. You feel like you're running on a treadmill that's slowly being tilted upward, and no matter how fast you sprint, you're staying in the exact same place. Here's the scary part. You are losing money right now. I'm not talking about the $7 latte or the Netflix subscription you forgot to cancel. That's amateur hour. I'm talking about a systematic, psychological, and mathematical drain that is stripping away your wealth while you sleep. And the worst part? You probably think you're being responsible while it happens. By the end of this video, I'm going to show you exactly where that hole is in your bucket, and I promise you, it's not where you think it is. My name is Prime, and I spend way too much time thinking about the invisible forces that keep people middle class. If you're someone who feels like you're doing everything right but still falling behind the curve, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. It really helps the channel, and honestly, we need to get this message out before the conventional wisdom ruins another generation's retirement. The illusion of safe money. Here's the thing, we've been lied to. Not by some mustache-twirling villain, but by a system that benefits from your passivity. We are taught from birth that saving is the ultimate virtue. Put your money in a high-yield savings account, they say. Keep it safe. Sweet mother of compound interest, that is a trap. If you have $50,000 sitting in a high-yield savings account earning 4%, and inflation is sitting at 3.5%, and let's be honest, the real inflation for things we actually care about, healthcare, housing, education, is much higher. You aren't making 4%. After taxes on that interest, you are effectively losing purchasing power every single day. Safe is often just a fancy word for guaranteed to lose slowly. People find comfort in nominal numbers. They see $50,000 turn into $52,000 and they feel like winners. But if that $52,000 buys less than the $50,000 did a year ago, you didn't grow. You shrunk. You just did it with a smile on your face. Off the mathematical gut punch. Let's look at the numbers because the math doesn't care about your feelings. It doesn't care if you're a conservative investor or if you're waiting for the market to dip. Imagine two people, Steady Steve and Aggressive Alice.
Brr, so cold.
This vine is exploding. S&P growth is
The
unstoppable.
loss is staring at me.
Your loss is my gain. I'm riding this to the top.
Steve keeps $100,000 in cash because he's waiting for the right time. Alice puts that $100,000 into a low-cost S&P 500 index fund. Over the last 30 years, the average annual return of the S&P 500 has been roughly 10%. If Steve waits just 5 years to get into the market because he's nervous about the economy, do you know what that costs him over a 30-year horizon? He doesn't just lose 5 years of growth, he loses the compounding on that growth. That 5-year delay can literally cost him over $700,000 in total wealth by the time he retires. This is where it gets really interesting. Most people think the risk is losing money in the market. No. The real risk, the one that actually destroys lives, is opportunity cost. It's the silent killer. It's the ghost in the machine. You aren't losing $100. You're losing the $2,000 that $100 would have become. The psychological trap. Lifestyle creep and the Joneses 2.0. Now you might be thinking, Prime, I'm investing, I'm not Steve. Okay, cool. But here's the second place everyone is losing money, the hedonic treadmill. We live in a world designed to make you feel inadequate. Your phone is a 24/7 delivery system for envy. You see a creator with a custom desk setup, or a friend with a new SUV, and suddenly, your perfectly functional life feels gray. Here's what most people don't realize. Your income is not your wealth. Your expenses are the gravity that holds your wealth down. I've met people making $400,000 a year who are functionally broke. They are one job loss away from total collapse because their minimum viable life requires $30,000 a month to sustain. The soul-crushing truth. There is a deep, touching sadness in seeing someone trade 60 hours a week of their finite human existence, their time away from their kids, their hobbies, their sleep, just to pay for a car that sits in a garage while they work. You are trading your soul for stuff, and the stuff loses value the moment you drive it off the lot, while your soul, well, you don't get a refund on your 30s. Like the tax drag nightmare. Let's talk about something that makes people's eyes glaze over until they see the bill.
Whoa, what is that thing? I am the ghost of your future wealth. This could have been yours. But that's just a small purchase. Small choices have large consequences.
Taxes and fees. If you are invested in actively managed mutual funds with a 1.5% expense ratio, you might think, hey, 1.5% isn't that much. Yes it is. Over a 40-year career, a 1.5% fee can eat up to 30% to 40% of your final portfolio value. You are doing 100% of the work, taking 100% of the risk and giving away nearly half of the reward to a guy in a suit who probably isn't even beating the market. This is where people lose money without knowing it. They look at their 401k statement, see it went up, and never realize that hundreds of thousands of dollars are being siphoned off in the shadows.
Don't mind if I do. Hey, what about my share? I'm so hungry now. That's the fee, Prime.
It's like having a roommate who steals one slice of pizza every time you order. You still feel full, but you're paying for a whole pie you never got to eat. The "I'll start tomorrow" fallacy. We have to address the psychology of procrastination. Humans are hardwired to prioritize today's comfort over tomorrow's survival. It's why we eat the donut even when we want to lose weight. But in finance, tomorrow is the most expensive word in the English language. Let's use a concrete example. If you start investing $500 a month at age 25, by age 65, assuming 8% returns, you have roughly $1.5 million. If you wait until age 35 to start, you have to invest $1,250 a month, 2.5 times as much, just to reach that same goal. You are literally paying a procrastination tax of $750 a month for the rest of your life because you wanted to figure things after I get settled. Actionable steps. How to stop the bleeding. So, how do we fix this? How do we stop being the person who loses money without knowing it? 1. Audit your safety. Look at your cash. If you have more than 6 months of expenses sitting in a standard savings account, you are burning money. Move it to a high-yield account, or better yet, put it to work in productive assets. 2. Kill the ego. Stop buying things to impress people you don't even like. The wealthiest people I know look like they shop at Costco because they do. Wealth is what you don't see. It's the realized freedom, not the realized luxury. 3. The 1% rule. Look at your investment fees today. Now, if you are paying more than 0.20% in expense ratios, you are being robbed. Switch to low-cost index funds. Vanguard, Fidelity, Schwab. I don't care which one you use, just stop paying for underperformance. 4. Automate the discipline. You are not stronger than your impulses. Set up an automatic transfer the day your paycheck hits. If the money never enters your spending brain, you won't miss it. The final revelation. Time is the only currency. Here's the most interesting take I can give you, and it's one that people find uncomfortable. Money is just a proxy for time. Every dollar you waste on a useless subscription, every dollar lost to high fees, and every dollar left to rot in a 0.01% interest account is a piece of your future freedom you just set on fire. When you lose money this way, you aren't just losing currency. You are losing the ability to retire 3 years earlier. You are losing the ability to say no to a boss you hate. You are losing the ability to be present at your daughter's graduation because you have to work. The math is simple, but the emotional weight is heavy. Conclusion. Look, the world is designed to keep you broke, distracted, and consuming. But you're watching this, which means you're already ahead of 90% of the population. You don't have to be a genius to get rich. You just have to stop being the person who leaks money through 1,000 tiny cuts. Fix the math, master your psychology, and for the love of all things holy, stop waiting for the perfect time to start. The perfect time was 10 years ago. The second best time is right now. Take one action today. Just one. Audit one account. Cancel one useless expense. Increase your contribution by 1%. Future you is either going to thank you or they're going to be working a shift at 75 wondering where it all went. Choice is yours. My name is Prime, and I'll see you in the next one.